Good afternoon, all of you. This side Anurag. I'm the Senior Client Success and Learning Manager at BMN Capital, and here we are again at the starting of the briefing for the day. The agenda and the objective of this briefing is to give you the latest development of the market and the underdeveloped market structures from where you can identify today's opportunity. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's briefing session for the date 5th of March, Thursday. So first, we are going to have a quick look into the latest headlines, and without wasting too much time into it, just we'll see that what the headline is telling us. Although we have gone through these headlines, right? So just to give you an brief. So in this starting, we have the GBP news. This is the latest news. So the chronology for the news is the latest to the oldest, right? So over here, Sterling have outperforms on positioning. That means it is indicating that the GBP has performing, and this is the news which is coming from the ING Group, which is a very big financial institution. Then for the Austria gross domestic, so although Austria is been not trading into the currencies, but yes, we need to see because of the rising oil prices, their GDP have also impacted. So yes, this current situation is being impacting the market. Then we have the USD CAD price forecast. So hands holds 20-day EMA amid US-Iran war. So still USD CAD prices are maintaining its ground, which will have a look on the technical charts. Moving ahead towards the Switzerland, CHF is also a safe haven currency. So over here, the unemployment rate on a month-on-month basis have increased by 3%, which is not a very good sign. Then for the Euro USD, again, the oil is the major important factor, and the energy prices in the European, especially the gas prices, are being surging. Then USD safe haven debit and conflict premium. So the TD security news is coming that the safe haven demand for the dollar is being rising. And I have seen in the today's data, we have seen the foreign exchange reserve have been spiked off lot of countries, which will giving us the idea that yes, they are increasing their reserves and high probability that they are maintaining their reserve in terms of dollars denominated assets. Then the ECB's Villeroy, the duration of Iran war will determine impact on prices. So they have said that still they don't find any reason to spike the interest rates, right? But yes, in if this Iran issue escalates, then they will think of it. So this is the thing which is given in this news. Then there is supply risk related to the oil, which we have already discussed, right? 20% of the oil has been traveled through the Strait of Hormuz, which have been impacted. And the countries which are affecting the most because of this is the China and India. Then moving ahead, so the European gas upside risk built on the Russian supply threat, which we have discussed. We'll see this on the chart also. Then we have seen the dollar index gather strength near 99. So it is an indication that the dollar is gaining stronger. And that is the reason gold is not giving us that kind of strong movement toward the upside, because the dollar is right now playing a very important role. But it doesn't mean that gold is going to fall. Gold is still maintaining its ground, and any downside movement which you see in the gold will be limited, and it is a chance to accumulate more gold. So these are the news. Now let's move on to the economic calendar for today. So over here, I hope my screen is visible, right? So let's start the day. So over here, if we see the Korean foreign exchange reserve, previously it was 425. Now it's 427. Almost 2 billions of reserve have been rise. Then for the Japan, we have the foreign bond investments. So previously it was negative 1900, and now we are seeing an improvement because JPY is also considered as a safe haven currency, right? Now see, it is now at negative 673, right? So it is a good sign for the Japanese yen. Same for the stock investment by the foreigners, right? And especially the US is one of the country which is invest the most in Japan when US face any kind of turbulence. And see, how the figure is surprising us. Previously, it was 399.7 billions, and right now it is 973.5 billion, right? It's very huge. Then come to the Australia, the land from where we get the gold. It is the third or fourth largest gold exporter. Now see the balance of trade. Previously it was 3.37 billions. Now it is 2.63 billions, right? So still they have a surplus budget because they are exporting more. But if we see the exports figure on a month-on-month basis, previously it was in positive of 0.9 and right now it is negative 0.9. That means there is no exports happening right now. It is a very important news for gold. So this is the news, this is the data which is telling us that in the upcoming future or in the past days, there is no supply of raw materials like bauxite, copper, aluminium, gold, right from Australia. So there will be a supply crunch and this will push the prices upwards for all the precious metals. Moving on to the next section. So these are the data which are still pending to be released. So although we have given you that we have lot of speeches, so at 2:20, this is the speech which we have to give emphasis, right? So this will give direction to the European stocks or the euro indices along with the euro currency pairs, right? Then we have the HCOB constructions PMI. So previously, it was 45.3. If figures come below the 50, still housing sector or the real estate sector need improvement and high probability that it is going to give us a lesser figure than the 50, right? 50 is a financial benchmark figure, right? Above 50 is a good sign. Now moving on to the Great Britain. So we have the new car sales. So previously it was 3.4%. Why this data is important? So if economy is in good shape, people have disposable income with them. So they are going to invest into the luxurious assets like cars and all, right? And if they are doing so, they are creating a lot of employment. So there will be a multiplier effect in the economy, and economy is going to perform very good. But high probability that this is not going to happen, right? Because of the high oil prices and gas prices. So we've been expecting that it will come in very lesser figure, and although the forecast is also for the 1%, right? But yes, if there is a rise, that will be the surprise for the market, and in that case we'll see very strength coming into the GBP pairs, right? Very strong. Then moving ahead toward the retail sales data for the European Union. So on a month-on-month basis, it's negative 0.5%, and now the consensus is for a positive figure. So any figure which comes in positive, whether if this is not 0.3%, if it is 0.2% also, then also it is a very good sign, right? On a year-on-year basis, it previously it was 1.3%, and the market is expecting an improvement into it. So if this figures come according to the consensus or the forecast, it will provide strength to the European currencies, right? Or the euro. Then again at the 4:15 we have the ECB Donnery speech. So this will be the speech which is going to impact, and you'll see the impact of this speech after the 4:30, right? If you want, you can mark this on your charts, right, by drawing the horizontal line according to your time zone. Over here I have taken the IST timings, right? So you can mark it. Then we have the Turkey Foreign Exchange Reserve. This is a country from the Middle East, right? And their foreign reserves we need to see. We already see that the Korea have increased their reserves. Now it's time to see whether Turkey is doing the same thing. If Turkey is also doing the same thing, that means central banks are actively buying the dollar, and there is high probability that we will not see a very good movement towards the upside into gold, right? The gold is not going to fall also, but will not see a very strong momentum towards the upside, right? Second, dollar will remain strong. Then the most important event for today, which is going to happen at 6 p.m., which is the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts. Although all these speeches will give the hint that what will be the outcome of this monetary policy meeting. Monetary policy meeting means they will give us the idea whether they are going to cut the interest rate or rise the interest rate, or they are going to put a halt, that whatever is the interest rate, they will keep that interest rate same. Okay. Then come to the US, right? And here comes the initial jobless claim data. So all this data, so that means from 7 to 7:30, it's the time. Just wait, watch the market, see how the market is reacting. When the reaction is done, you'll get a very good opportunity, whether you're trading into gold, silver, oil, or any dollar, right? Or into indices also. So we have the initial jobless claim, then we have the non-farm productivity. When the US is engaged in such kind of operations which is happening outside their geographic locations or their national boundaries, so these are the data which are very important, right? So we need to see that how the US economy is performing. If there is any kind of surprise, market is going to react very badly on this data. So today will be a very good volatile day. If you have the patience today, nobody can stop you making very good profit from the market, but you have to wait for the data to be released, right? Moving ahead, then we have the short term bill auctions. This is also very important. We need to see whether they are rising or not. When any country is in a war, they require lot of funds, right? Because war can be only won when we have very good strategic economic planning, right? For that we require money. So on a short term basis, if they require money, it is an indication that on a shorter note also US is facing turbulence, and that is the reason they are offering higher interest rates, right? So we need to see that whether this interest rates or the bond yields are going to increase or not, right? Although the probability that Trump will not going to do that, and it will show the world that yes, US is performing very good. We don't require anything. We are in a very good shape. But yes, if there is surprise, then there will be a lot of difficulty, right? Then at the 10:30, just after the monetary policy meeting, the next event which is going to impact the market, and this is the news which is going to impact the gold prices also, right? Is the ECB Christian Lagarde speech, who is the president of the European Central Bank. So we need to see, this is the most important speech of this week. Okay. Then we have two more speeches. Then in the last, we have the 15-year and 30-year mortgage rate. So we need to see this also, right? That how, when this kind of turbulence is happening, how the Fed is taking the decisions on their monetary policy or on their money market operations. So all this other data which we have to keep an eye on. Now let's move on to the technical charts. So let me share you my chart. So I hope you have access to my screen, and the first chart which you are seeing is the silver chart on a H1 time frame, right? Prices have fallen and again taken the correction. Then again, right now they are moving sideways, although they are making a lower high formations and lower low formations. But you can see this week, right? And this week only happens when somebody have already placed lot of orders, right? And they want to accumulate, and the accumulation is right now going on, right? So below this low, prices have failed to give me the close, right? Although high probability that the prices will go down, but remember, this is not a time to sell silver or gold, right? You need to hold your buy positions for a shorter or a longer period of time. And if you do that, you are going to make lot of profit, right? Even personally, I am also holding lot of gold buy positions, right? Which are right now running in losses. But I am very much confident that because of this turbulence which are right now going on, gold prices are going to go up, right? Just we need few newses that this issue is going to escalate, right? When we've been discussing the headlines, I missed one headline that lot of people and lot of news are coming that Iran have messaged Washington to settle, to have a meeting to settle down this issue. But on their official channel, they have declared that they have not messaged anything, and their army is ready for a very long term war, right? They have said it, and they totally denied this news, right? So that means Iran is ready to escalate this war, right? And if this is going to happen, energy prices are going to rise, inflation is going to rise, and when inflation rises, gold and silver, nobody can stop them to rise, right? So high probability, you just need to keep patience, hold your positions, try to accumulate this moment. Otherwise, you'll this is a once in a lifetime opportunity which is being created into gold and silver and oil right now. So try to accumulate this opportunity, accumulate the assets at the right price point. You're going to make the profit, right? Now let's have a look on the gold. So see, this is the yesterday's, right? So this is gold on a H1 time frame, and you can see I've drawn two arrows, right, which is indicating that the market is trading in a sideways channel right now. So 5192.77 is the resistance and 5124 is the support, right? So I'll wait for the prices to go down below the 5124, and if I see any sign towards the upside, I'm going to take a buy or fall short, right? High probability, yes, that lot of stop losses are still resting over here, right? So this might happen at the release of the data when we have at 7 o'clock, that prices will fall, right? And by looking at this kind of price action which we have seen over here, same kind of thing going to happen over here, right? Price will go and breach the low, right? And lot of traders, by looking at the price action, those who are not giving too much emphasis on the macroeconomic and geopolitical events, they are going to take the sell call. And as soon as they are going to take the sell call, they are going to get trapped into this, and all of a sudden there will be a change in course and the prices will again continue to go upwards, right? So still you have room towards the downside. If you are very aggressive, you can take a sell call for a shorter period of time just before the US data releases, book your profit, wait for the prices to react. Once that reaction is done, that is the time you need to create a buy positions, right? And if I take all the Fed balance sheet and try to give you a figure that what is the new revaluation of gold which they are doing, what will be the that gold figure which they are going to maintain throughout this year, which is the 2026, right? Is $5,000, right? So $5,000 an ounce is the gold new financial benchmark price. This is the fair value of the gold. Every average Joe knows this, and if prices goes below this level, it is an opportunity to create your buy positions and hold it for a very longer period of time. Second point is that right now this is the last month, right, of the last quarter of this financial year. In March, this financial year is going to close, right? And I don't think that they are going to close the gold below the 5,000 level. It is not going to happen. They are going to reevaluate because they need to maintain their fat balance sheet I'm talking about, right? And for this to do, they need to push the prices upwards and keep the gold prices above 5,000 level for sure. So any opportunity which you find below the 5124 level is the level to create or start accumulating by. Okay, now comes to the oil. So although the technicals are not working that much because market is more driven by the sentiments, or you have to give focus on the current latest developments, right? And for this, you have the BMN official BMN Insights channel over there. Will share you each and every important development every 30 minutes along with the analysis and how this news is impacting the different asset classes, right? So go through it. It is freely available. Take advantage of it and then decide your trading decisions. Now, let's come on to the oil prices, right? After moving sideways, right? And you can see that still it is continuously making lower highs, which is an indication that the market symmetry is shifting towards the upside. Buyers are pushing the prices upwards, right? Second thing, this war issue, supply crunch, Saudi, Aramco, there is an attack, right? So again, oil disruptions. So oil prices are going to rise, right? And high probability that if Iran wars escalates, we will find oil prices trading above $100 per barrels, right? So high probability. So I am towards the buy side, right? And This is the one swing, and this is the second swing, which have successfully given me the close above it, right? Then they have tried to push the downwards, push the prices downwards, but failed, and again the buyers are pushing. So if prices successfully go above the high which they have made in the Asian session, that is the time to create a buy call into the oil prices, because all the fundamentals and the macroeconomic figures are supporting the buying symmetry. Now let's have a look on to the natural gas prices. So over here prices spiked for the natural gas. Then yesterday we have seen a mere short-term correction into the prices, and again prices are sustaining its ground, and they have not break the low of the previous day, right? So the probability is quite high that today we'll see that the market moves sideways, but tomorrow we have the NFP data also, and after this data, and if any kind of war happens, right, and probably this kind of important news you are going to see on Saturday and Sunday. So every time they are doing war on the weekends, right, just to entertain all the people, right, and when the market is closed, they plan their attacks. So in this upcoming Saturday and Sunday also, you'll find that lot of such kind of news will come, and you'll see the continuation into the gas prices toward the upside. Now come to the GBP USD. So see, this is the downward movement which we have seen, right? Let me just readjust my Fibonacci retracement. Prices have taken the retracement, right, above the 75.5 level, and then they have taken a U-turn, and this is a U-turn which is creating a trap. That means GBP is telling us that it is not going to go down, right? And see over here also they are forming a small head and shoulder kind of formations, right? So this is the shoulder, this is the head. Now again the impulse, and this is the neckline. So prices will go down, and again they'll take a reversal toward the upside for sure. So I'm not thinking of taking a sell call right now, right? Because this strong movement toward the upside is having lot of strength to hold the prices upward. So don't think of taking a sell call. Now let's have a quick look on the USD CHF, USD CAD, and USD JPY pairs also. So this is the USD CHF on a daily time frame. Prices have tested this highlighted area, which is a prior consolidation, which is acting as a strong resistance, right? But after this exhaustion, which is indicating us that it is just a mere profit booking, right? Prices have taken the low, and again they are heading upwards. So the probability is quite high because of the safe haven demand. Prices are going to move upwards, then again downwards, and they will move sideways because both USD and CHF both are a safe haven currency, right? Then comes to the USD CAD. So prices have entered the channel, and again they have broken the channel, right? Now again they are heading towards the upside, right? So it is an indication that there is no clear direction and high probability that the prices will move sideways. But yes, if the oil prices rises and any news which came, right, and the fundamental data surprise the market and give us the hint or give us the tone that dollar is going to get weaker, so in that case, we'll see that this pair is going to fall because of the oil demand. CAD currency is going to get stronger, right? Because CAD is correlated with the oil prices, right? It is a commodity currency. So in that case, we'll see that USD CAD will fall, right? Although they have tried to go up, failed, very good exhaustion into the prices. Again, they have fell down, but they have not taken this low, right? So only confirmation which we need from this pair is to give us a close below the low of this candle. If this happens, so the new trend towards the downside is going to happen, right? Till the time it is going to move sideways, right? We are seeing into this in a H4 time frame. Now comes to the USD JPY. See, over here, we have marked this area by the arrow that prices will go up, then take a correction or do the retest, right, of this trend line which they have broken, right? Prices went down, right? This area which we have marked, still there is chances, there is room available toward the downside that USD JPY prices might fall down, and again they will continue to go upwards, right? This fall also happens because, and this exhaustion today we see because we have seen this data, right? JPY is in demand right now, right? If anybody is investing into their stock market, they need to sell their currency, buy the JPY, and then they'll buy or invest into the stock market or into their bonds, right? So that is the reason we are not seeing any good spike into the prices, and that's the reason we are seeing that prices are holding their grounds, right? Although they have break this area. So the probability of correction is there, and then once the correction is happen, again there will be impulsive move towards the upside. Okay. Now let's come on to the next segment of the report, that is the Wall Street 30 or the US 30. So see, we've been continuously seeing that because of the war, profitability is not going to happen. Although, why the market is giving us such a sideways movement? Is my voice is audible, guys? Is my video is coming? Okay. So only reason why it is moving sideways because we are right now on the last quarter, right? Still the market is waiting that how the US companies are performing, how much profits or earnings they are going to declare. So if there is any good news, in that case, there will be a reversal from here towards the upside. So this is a daily time frame, right? Although if we take the geopolitical events and the tensions which are revolving around, it is in it's a clear sign, and that sign is telling us that whatever is happening is very bad for the stock market, because right now is a risk of sentiment, not a risk on sentiment, right? Now let's move on to the last section, which is our Bitcoin, right? So this is the BTC USD. Just to give you that continuously we've been promoting that there will be a surge into the prices towards the upside, and this happens right after the consolidation. Prices have braked. So now let's have a look on a H1 time frame, and still we are hoping that this area which I've highlighted by the orange color over here, which is being around the 80,000 levels, prices might test this area, right? So it's a good news. And if we see the H1, prices went up, taken a short correction. But yes, this kind of correction will put lot of downward pressure. So the probability of a downward corrections toward the low below this low, right, is quite high. But yes, from this low, if you again find a reversal or a rebound in the prices, so go with the trend, and the trend is telling us that prices are going to go up, test that highlighted area of the 80,000 level. So any downside movement is a good time to accumulate. But yes, if you are a very aggressive trader, for a shorter term period you can take a sell call, but you have to keep lot of patience within you, because you are not going to find a very strong such kind of volatile movement, right? So the momentum would be very low, right? If we have a look on the RSI also went below the oversold area. So any time chances of a reversal is quite high, right? Just before giving the reversal, you'll get one sign, right? Which will be a confirmation that RSI will give you a bullish divergence. That means prices will make such kind of patterns. Let me give you the very clear picture. Prices will go down, then again take a correction towards the upside, then again they will go down, right? And then prices will go up, right? But in RSI, what happens? Prices, RSI go up, then again go down, but fail to go below the low which they have created right now, right? So we have a lower low formation, and over here we have the lower and higher low formations, right? Which is a bullish divergence. When this happens, that will be the right time, which is giving you the confirmation to create a buy call in the BTC USD. So that's all for my side. That side, Anurag, just to conclude the session, we have covered all the important headlines, what they are telling us. Then we have discussed the economic calendar for today, that after at 7 today, we have lot of US data. Wait for that data. Don't get trapped into we have discussed the technical things, right? That what kind of market symmetry we have identified, and what is the right time and right strategy or right approach for each and every market segment, whether it's gold, silver, indices, or any currency pairs like GBP, USD, USD, JPY. Remember it, this is a recorded session. If you guys want the recorded session, you can visit my official YouTube channel. We upload this session over there also, and if you find, but there you'll not find all the details, but if you find the whole sessions, you just need to message your relationship manager and they will share you the link of the recorded sessions. And apart from this, if you want to connect with me or any of the member of our research team, so we'll be happy. But for that, you have to be our client, right? Because we'll give priority to our existing client, and then if we have a slot available, we'll give you the time, right? But yes, we are always ready to help you and safeguarding your capital. So right now, we have concluded the session, and I really thankful for all of you to attending this session and giving your precious time. I hope I have done my job very well and done the value addition into your knowledge. So I request all of you to leave the Google Meet room. Until the time, have a great trading day ahead. Thank you, guys.